Dollar change.
Are you guys ready to call the move?
Okay, welcome everyone to May 6, 2019. What a wonderful night. What a wonderful night. Everybody's going to get a good night's sleep, and it'll be a wonderful night. Anyway, I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting with a roll call, please.
Board Member Paul Seymour Jr.
Here.
Board Member Alan Calloway.
Here.
Police Chief Don Combs.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
EMS Director Bobby Mills.
Here.
City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
City Coordinator Brian Messmore. Absent. President Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
All right. Any announcements? I've got one. Mr. Mills, not tonight? We got a meeting, don't we? We'll wait. Okay. All right, no announcements tonight. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the 4/15/19 meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And then we got another set of meetings was from 4/24/19.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports, Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Oh, I got a couple things tonight, Mayor. Wanted to let everybody know that the fire department will be conducting their yearly physical agilities this weekend. Something we've been doing for the past several years. We got a series of events, events that we do. We do it timed. We like them to get under 6 minutes, but it's pretty strenuous. Run totals for April, everybody should have a copy. We had 66 total calls for the month of April. The next thing I want to do, I kind of want to finish up my ice rescue and swiftwater rescue equipment. I put this off for a while. I'd like the board's approval to buy a inflatable rescue raft. It's something the guys trained on back when they did the swiftwater. It allows us to get and be able to get in tight areas and also ponds in the area. So we can use this in swift water rescue or ice rescue. I got a couple quotes. They're kind of pricey. One was way too much. It was over $7,000. Another one from Rescue Tech was $6,100, and the one I'm going to recommend from Matney Enterprises is a total of $5,465. Matney Enterprises.
What was the price on that, Chief?
It's $5,465, and that's for the boat shipping and 6 oars. Paddles, they call them. I call them oars.
Any questions, guys? You got that money in your budget, John?
Yeah, yeah. Unless you guys, unless you want to donate some, I'll do that.
You know better than that.
Worth a shot.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the request by Chief Tremaine for the raft.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. That's all I
Motion
have.
carries. Thank you. Police Chief Don Combs.
Thank you, Mayor. I talked to you all about our Dodge recalls. It was the airbag. I got those all completed. We have 4 of them. I took them to Jeff Waller. They're all completed now. They're safe now to drive, so that's been completed. Our reserve program, we lost 2 more guys to Rising Sun. So we're down, I think, maybe 13. So we're in the process moving forward and getting some more applications out there to get some more reserves put on the force. Of all the summer activity events that we have, we absolutely need the help. So we're in the process of doing that. But, we have a good selection of people coming, and they grab them up. So, but, good for those 2 guys to do that. They were Stephen Hoover, which hasn't been on very long, and then Petrafsky. He 2 good gentlemen. They got hired on at Rising Sun PD. So we're in the process of doing that.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. see any problems with fulfilling the details you have?
That's why we have to get this completed, but we have a lot of details, and we go sometimes on the outside to get them completed, but we have a busy summer coming up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all.
EMS Director Bobby Mills?
Yeah, Mayor, just to let the board know that I'd ordered the last 2 WTs for our department, so that gives us a total of 9, so we're all caught up. We shouldn't be asking any more money for WTs
Okay.
in the future, unless one of them actually goes belly up on us, but
Okay.
so we're caught up,
Good.
and that's all we have.
All right. All right, under new business, I've got one. Guys, you have in your packet, and I hope you've been able to review, it's a SLA with, in regards to our agreement with the fiber utility. It's the city's part of the agreement with them. Any questions regarding that?
We're being provided by right now with a different company, and it only makes sense to use our own.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And this is just an agreement that they have to give to all their customers.
Okay.
Or get to all their customers. And, yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
All right.
We've had it reviewed. Okay. Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the SLA.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. I don't have any other new business for Board of Works. Old business, Mario Todd, 2019 asphalt patching and repair contract award.
Thank you, Your Honor. In your packet, you'll see the bid tabs for the 2 contractors that had submitted bids on the asphalt repair. The best price is Paul Rowe Company, and would recommend from the staff here that the award would go to Paul H. Rowe.
Okay. Those were the ones that were open the last meeting.
Correct, correct.
Okay. Any questions up here?
I don't have any.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the contract award for the 2019 asphalt patching and repair to Paul H. Rowe and Company.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Any other old business that's not on here?
Yes, Your Honor, I have one more. Would be the light poles for Hollywood Boulevard. I know it's been a hot topic here for about the last couple months. I think we finally got it narrowed down to a affordable lighting pole and fixture combination. In front of you, you'll see the packet that was presented from Archer, which includes, again, double and a single head pole. I had Mr. Clausen review it this morning, got his blessings. Hollywood's blessed it also. The total is roughly $140,000, not including the install, but I think Mr. Clausen's gonna have some of his folks help with the install.
Okay. This includes the light fixture though, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
The color would be a black to match, as you see we're doing the bin wall and the small post over there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we tried to repair. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Yeah, we went from such a ornate look, and I know those are originals, and Hollywood had a big part in that, and they worked so hard on keeping all the bushes and grass and everything along there. Do we have to have that kind of arm that sticks out over the road? I mean, is there any way we could get a pole that looks better than this? That's our bread and butter to the whole town.
We've got some pricing, or can bring back some pricing on some decorative type posts.
I mean, I hate to, it's the entry to the town for so many people that, and we have benefited so much, I just don't wanna.
We had submitted, I think almost 2 months ago, a different style, more of a decorative post. It was about $190,000 for that particular fixture. I don't know if you remember that or not, and we opted to go with trying to repair the existing.
We did, and when we took the bases off, you could
Correct.
stick your hand through the bottom. So, I mean, I agree with the poles. It's some things you run into and you need to do, but when I look at this, I'm just thinking, you know, all the years we've looked at those decorative poles,
We can, how about if we do this? What, can you pull back up that,
Sure.
that bid you submitted two months ago before we
Sure.
decided to repair? And bring it back and let us take a look at that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
you have that ready by next meeting.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We'll hang it by the 20th.
The only
Yes.
comment I'd make is there is a pretty lengthy lead time on most of these items. And so the quicker we can get a decision on which direction to go, the quicker we can get those other suspect poles down.
And Nolan's correct, the lead time on the decorative pole was probably, I don't know, 12 to 14 weeks.
15 weeks.
Yeah.
About half of them lights ain't even working, so I say if they ain't working, take them down. I mean,
Before they fall down.
well, there's a few of them we ought to take down. We ought to have somebody go inspect those poles, and if we think they're dangerous, they ought to come down no matter whether they're working or not. And then any of them that aren't working, take them down. I mean, this is a 4-year-old problem for me. I've been asking to paint the poles for 4 years, so I know it is a issue on safety. I just don't wanna put a piece of pipe up. That's all. At least wanna look at what I can do here.
Why don't we do this? If, we've got to have a meeting. Well, it's not a Board of Works, so. Well, as soon as we could do it would be the 20th, looking at it right now, so. It's another 2 weeks, but. Let's bring it back.
Okay, very good.
Okay. All right. Okay, any other old business? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn. Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Parks and Playgrounds as soon as we're seated. Okay, I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg Parks and Playgrounds meeting for May 6, 2019 with a roll call.
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Aaron Cook.
Here.
Board Member Mel Davis.
Here.
Board Member Randy Abner.
Here.
Board Member Paul Seymour Jr.
Here.
City Attorney Dale Weldon.
Here.
City Coordinator Brian Messmore is absent. President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
All right. Any announcements? Anything?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
Yes?
Regards to the swimming pool, as you know, we're getting ready to open that pool. We've run into a problem with the freezer unit in the concession stand. Our pool manager, Ms. Abbott, she could address the council and tell them what the issues are. And in your package, you'll find some pricing and quotes on the freezer units.
Good evening. At the end of our ice rink season, the current double door freezer that we have in there now stopped working. It was about 3 days before the rink officially closed down. We were able to donate most of what we had left over as far as product goes. So we just kind of cleaned it up and plugged it, let it sit, thought, well, maybe it'll start back up again during pool season if this freezer that's currently there, guys, is about 21 years old. So it's been around for a long time. The city maintenance department went in and got everything going again, and the freezer compressor is gone. It won't run anymore. The fans will run, but the compressor won't. So we talked about possibly getting it fixed. We looked more than anything. Just for the compressor is going to be over $1,000. So you're looking at a lot of money to put into a unit that's 21 years old, and we don't know what else is going to break down on it.
Husband fix it?
No.
Oh, I could.
So I went looking for some bids. It's been, like I said, 21 years, so I didn't have any idea what the cost of these were going to be, but I assumed expensive because this is a really good freezer. You know, it said it lasted 21 years, so that's pretty good out of it. But there is some pricing there. I looked at a few different models. I looked at the exact same model that we currently have, which would be fine. That would be great to have that. They had another kind of what this company called their off-brand, which was cheaper, and it is cheaper in price. Don't know how long. I mean, I can't say it would last any less than what the brand that we have there, but the guy said the quality is not the same as the true freezers that what we currently have. But again, there's some pricing and there's some different models there. We have like what I called the Cadillac, which was the 4-door freezer. We looked at that simply because when we go to open those freezers, when you open the doors or 2 doors, we're either grabbing pretzels or cookies or hot dogs or, you know, cheese sticks and stuff like that. It drops the temperature of them because you're opening the full door. A 4-door, you would open sections. But again, we don't have to have anything like that. That was just
That's good.
the assistant manager's suggestion. So I kind of threw that in there. For me, I would just like to have a new freezer so that we have somewhere to put our product.
Okay. What's the brand of the old ones in there? Is it a true?
It's a true freezer, yeah.
Guys, from what I know of appliances, working on them for years, you get what you pay for. We've got 2 of them here. One of them's quite a bit cheaper. The only problem with that one there I see, I mean, I've never heard of the brand, but it's not stainless steel. And around that pool, if it's not stainless steel, it's gonna corrode quickly, real quick. So, and I agree with her, I don't think you need no 4-door, so it'd be one of the 2-door trues is what I would pick or recommend. I think this original freezer was bought for the Riverwatch.
Correct. Came from the Riverwatch.
When it first came in.
Went to the bakery.
Yep.
Went to
the bakery.
storage. Went to the storage at Firehouse. From the Firehouse, and went to the pool.
Yeah,
And
it
that's-
moved around a lot.
Will this fit back into the spot where?
It's the exact same size as the current one we have. That's the last of the 3 pieces. There was a double-door refrigerator, prep station, and that freezer. The refrigerator went first, the prep station went next, and now the freezer. So
What goes after that?
I hope there's nothing left. Nothing.
know.
We already replaced the prep station, and we didn't replace the refrigerator because we had Coca-Cola double-door cooler, so we didn't need to.
Okay.
So,
All right, any other
any
comments?
questions, guys? Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks,
Comments,
Steve.
questions? Now I'll entertain a motion then to purchase the true 2-door freezer. The price tag, I believe it's $4,299.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Know where you want to pay for that out of?
Not yet. We can get it out of, probably our rainy day capital.
Take it out of the mayor's budget.
Yeah.
I'll get with
Rainy day
Brittany and
capital.
Suzanne tomorrow and find and Richard to find a item.
I think we got one.
Okay.
Take it out of Tony's.
Thank you, that's all I had,
Yeah.
Joe.
That'll be a few
Okay.
years.
All right, any old business?
I got, blacktop patching. Can we do the patch at the fairgrounds by the motorcycle track with that?
That'll come out of this one, yes, sir.
Okay.
And if anybody else, any of the other council folks have potholes or a wish list for the patching, let me know and we'll get it, to the contractor.
How soon will they start?
Once we grant them the award, we'll put it in their schedule.
Okay.
Mario, I got one, a curb up on the Butler section of the curb, small section. I've been by there a couple of times and it's open that they cut.
On the
Could-
utility,
Yeah, I think it's one of the utilities. Could
there's one
maybe-
gas cut up there and there's one utility cut up
Okay,
there.
I think that might be where theirs are, but could our people do that if it had to be done or not?
Yeah, if it's ours, like I say, if it's the gas company, we'll throw it back on them.
Stop over and just
'Kay.
check it out when you're up on a hill sometime.
We'll do.
I have
Anything
one
else?
question.
Yes.
Mario, I seen on Facebook, I haven't even heard about it, that we're getting wheelchair swings for the park. Is that just for Ludlow Hill Park, or is that true, not true?
Well, I'm not saying it's not true. I heard, kind of the same thing today. It was the first I heard of it. I told them we would check into it and find out
I
availability.
can say something about that. Everything you see on Facebook, you should believe it.
Absolutely.
Yes, you should believe everything on Facebook.
We
But,
talked- we
but the
talked-
thing is, yeah, we had talked about in the new, when we go to bid out the bigger portion of the playground
Phase 2
area,
of it.
Uh-huh.
that we would incorporate.
Well, could we also, like maybe include one for each downtown park this
Yeah,
year?
we're going through each park at each time, or at different times, I mean, based upon the budget and.
But we're doing
as we
Ludlow
go.
Hill Park first. We're
Yes.
gonna redo that. And that's when you're gonna order these swings?
Yes.
Could we order one for each downtown park at that time, install
If
them?
if they can be just retrofitted, I don't know how that goes, but I don't know anything about the swing,
Okay,
so.
could you look into that one?
Sure.
I sent Mario a picture, took it off Facebook, sent it to Mario not too long ago here, so he could at least get an idea what that's gonna cost us.
Okay,
And we're working with some of our suppliers now, so we'll look into it.
good, okay.
All right.
One other thing, this weekend at the fairgrounds, parking wasn't exactly what it should have been. We had, asphalt company park in the front, and we did not get any vehicles removed from the car people. They pulled them up to the Parker right. So, can we?
Oh, they relocated them to the asphalt?
They didn't get on the asphalt, they pulled up to it. So they had them all in a nice neat line, and I know the blacktop people, and it's gonna be a problem for them, but I think on the weekends, if we can ask them to just tighten it up, cause they were spread out. They coulda did a lot better job of just parking closer together. So if somebody knows who the boss is on Fridays, I think, plus we're only gonna have that, once
The
a
antique
month.
market, well, yeah, once a month, but
And
still,
then we got the races,
Races,
so we need to watch that.
Well, they're gonna be working on weekends. Of course, they backed off this past weekend because of the car show on Sunday. But we'll speak with them and tell them to tighten the parking up.
I would offer them to pull all the way back in the back like they did that tree service, but some of that equipment moves pretty slow and they
Yeah.
might not wanna go that far back.
I'm sure they can tighten up in the front there
They
to
can-
make it a
They
little
can
more
definitely
manageable.
tighten it up.
But Mayor, would you like for me to talk to the other folks?
Yep.
Okay.
yep,
They have the schedule, and like I said, it sounds like they did move. but-
yeah, I would speak directly to Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Paul. Anything else? Any other old business?
Kelly, I have a question about
Yeah.
parks. Is now a good time, or should I do it during council meeting?
Probably, you go ahead now, that's fine.
Some of the Tri-Kappa ladies were concerned about the park planners at Newtown Park. For many years, Tri-Kappa, as one of our projects, we planted the flowers and watered them. And several years ago, the city took over, you know, when you started having summer help, took over doing the watering. And McCabe's planted for us for a while. But someone mentioned that there were no flowers in them last year.
I can't answer that.
So we just wanted to make
Had a
sure
lot of flowers for that
somebody was gonna put flowers in those, and if not, you know, we would go back to doing that.
We'd be happy for you to do it. If you wanna do it. Because we know it would be, watered and taken care of. And
Well, I mean, we don't really have a way to get water there. We used to take it in buckets, you know, and
Sprinkle, the planters have a sprinkle system,
those planters.
don't they?
they do.
I believe they are irrigated. At one time they were. I don't know if they're not working possibly, but they are irrigated. You're talking about the large,
Yeah, the ones, I mean, Tri-Kappa paid for those planters many years ago for one of our anniversaries. They put them in the park. And then we continued to put flowers there until several years ago. And then, you know, the city took it
right now
over.
they're like an ashtray for the folks over at the distillery, and that's about it.
Shame.
That is a shame.
If you wanna take a look at it with us, we can take a
Okay.
look and see what we need to do there.
Okay,
But we wouldn't have a problem if you guys wanna go back to, if you wanna plant them and we can get the girls to water them.
Okay.
If that would help, but.
yeah, that would be a
You
big
think
help.
they're
I mean,
irrigated?
At one time they were irrigated, correct?
okay,
Take a look at that as well.
all right.
Yep.
Let me
No
know. I'll
problem.
come down anytime and we can.
Okay. Thanks, Gene. Okay, anything else? All right, entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. A motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting for May 6, 2019. Everybody could rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, Mr. Richardson, can I get a roll call, please?
Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Aaron Cook.
Here.
Councilperson Mel Davis.
Here.
Councilperson Randy Abner.
Here.
Councilperson Paul Seymour Jr.
Here.
Police Chief Don Combs.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
EMS Director Bobby Mills.
Here.
City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
City Coordinator Brian Messmore is absent. City Court Judge Joe Johns.
Present.
Mayor Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
All right. Any announcements other than board reports? Okay, streets, alleys, and curbs, Mr. Cook.
Yeah, I have a few, Mayor.
All right.
I got some reports of people running the stop sign at Brant and Village a lot during like between 3 and 5 o'clock. A few of the neighbors up there were telling me about that. Told them I'd let you guys know.
Branton Village?
Yes, correct.
All right.
The second thing is, I guess this would fall under streets, and alleys and curbs. Mr. Clark's not here, but remember when on Shady Lane, they built the pond and it came over in the city right away?
Yep.
Well, they never put the trees back like they had told the people, the neighbors there. So there's like trees and there's a big gap, and where the people put the pond out of city limits, it's leaking. I went by it 3 times and took pictures. It's leaking, so there's stagnant water there almost all the time, every time I've been there. And then they've got pipes and stuff laying around, and so the neighbors inside the city limits, which keep their yards clean, have to look at that all the time. And I'm sure it's going to be mosquitoes and stuff in the summer. From what I remember, we were supposed to put pine trees or some sort of trees there. And Mr. Clark told the guy right across the street at 119 Shady, I believe his address is, that those trees weren't going to work because they were going to overhang the road. which that might be the case, I don't know, but I think the city should put something like they had told them.
Yeah, I just addressed that with Mike about 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
actually, again.
Okay.
We were waiting to see what actually did bloom in the spring from what they put up.
Okay.
But I went back there as well, and I don't believe what they planted is going to work.
Yeah.
We may have to move it. We've got an easement there that we kept for us. We may have to plant over on our easement to get the security piece of it.
Yeah.
That's what Mr. and Ms. Hughes, they want, is not to be able to see it. which
Okay, yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, because like I said, there's trees and there's a big gap right there, and there's more trees. And when you look there, you see that pond, which, like I said, it's leaking every time I've been there. And then there's like all kinds of PVC pipe laying, brush cutting, falling down over there. It doesn't look very good.
Well, I didn't know about the leaking, but if it's leaking, then that's another issue.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I've been back 3 times, and there's been water right there, puddle all the way from that pond all the way down that hill every time I've been there.
Backside?
On the side closest to Shady, yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at that too.
Okay. And then semis on Water Street. I know we put no trucks on the Water Street coming by Dunkin' Donuts because they get stuck in the curb. Well, I was at a baseball game, I believe, last week or the week before, and just during the time of that baseball game, 2 semis turned onto that road, and they get to that corner and they can't turn it, so they had to back up. And there was actually a lady that lives on that street and told me that there's been 2 cars there hit in the past few years where them semis back up and hit their cars too. So I don't know what we can do to solve that problem, because the GPS for the trucks going there, it tells them to turn on that street. We have like a sign there that says no trucks, but they're still turning there. I don't know how to solve the problem, but we're going to have to do something.
Your Honor, I did hear some crosstalk on the radio. That's when O'Mara had started a project in that area, and apparently their flag ladies had sent them down there because they'd called the police units right away to go over and get them.
Like in the past 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they said they had to go up and talk to the flag lady from the O'Mara to correct that.
Okay.
So,
During the paving?
yeah.
Okay.
Your Honor, on the GPS issue, there's actually a process that we can go through to fix that, so that they'll send it out to the Googles and everybody's got the driving apps and.
You'll send them to the right road?
Well, it'll correct the maps. If there's a
Okay.
problem where trucks are getting sent onto that road, we can actually send that in, and they've got like 10 days to respond to that and let you know that they've got it. They won't tell you what the decision is, but that they've got it, and that they'll forward that information on.
Even if they get on that road, they can't, no way they can get around that.
Yeah,
curve.
no, that's what they always have to back and move. Neighbors will have to start moving their cars because they get down to that corner and then they can't make it.
There's no way.
Yeah.
We got the low wires. The wires are real low. So.
Okay. Anything else?
That was all I had, Mayor.
So? All right, Finance, Mr. Abbott.
We're all good.
Parks and Playgrounds, Mr. Seymour. All good. And Fire, Mr. Abner.
Janet Canega's preschool students visited the fire station. 31 students, range from 3 to 6. I'll let you know that.
My granddaughter had a wonderful time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, if not, any other under announcements, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. Committee reports, Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Everybody should have a copy of April run totals. If you have questions, just give me a holler.
Police Chief Don Combs.
Thank you, Mayor. We're getting a lot of training completed the next couple months. We've done our EVO training, our mandate training, and firearms training is coming up this week and next week. Getting a lot of that done. We had our drug take back last weekend, as I talked about before. We took in 34 pounds of prescription medication from homes. That is a lot. We did it at Kroger's, obviously, with the DEA, and it's a really, really good program. So I also have my med bin container coming in too, here pretty soon where people can come to the police department, drop off their medications. So good program. So we did that last week. The ALS car show yesterday went really well. Logan can mention that a little bit later. I don't think we had really any issues. Just a couple cars at the community center, but that was taken care of. That was good. I wanted to mention I received a phone call the other day from the American Legion, the Ladies Auxiliary. They would like to stand at the corner, 2 corners again this year. They did it last year at Center and Walnut Street to take their donations. They want it at Center and Walnut and Front and 2nd Street. Want to make sure it's good with the council. They do that. They are 2 people that stand, I believe, in the middle of the intersections. It's on a Saturday, so it's light traffic. We'll make sure that they have their orange vests on. We might put some cones or whatever out there to. They come up to a stop sign anyway. Cars are slowing down, so. As long
They
as
giving you a date?
May the 18th, I'm sorry.
May 18th?
Yeah. May the 18th on Saturday. Coming up real quick. So as long as it's good with the council that they can do that.
It's fine.
Entertain a motion to allow the Ladies Auxiliary from the Legion to do the donations at the 2 spots that Chief Combs just. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry.
I'll give her a call, let her know that I'm working with our safety director, Mike Abden, on that as well. To
Okay.
make sure everything is safe and all that, so. That's all I have.
All right. EMS Director, Bobby Mills?
Report, Council.
All right. City Court Judge Joe Johns?
Thank you, Mayor. The Lawrenceburg City Court had 241 cases filed in the month of April, bringing us to a year-to-date total of 954 cases filed in the Lawrenceburg City Court. And we'll have the financial report for you in the next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. New business, Mr. Lawrence.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to come up, thank everyone that supported the car show and sponsored it. Just a quick rundown. We had 448 registered cars. There were 35 hotel rooms booked at Doubletree Hotel Saturday night. We counted the money last night. It's looking like we'll be between $23,000 and $24,000 raised. So we're waiting for other checks to come in and a couple to be deposited. But I just want to thank you all. A lot of compliments from out-of-towners. There were 8 states represented at this show. West Virginia, Connecticut, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Tennessee. I think that's I don't know. I can't count. But
long week.
yeah, it was. But it went really well. The only thing we had any issues with was the speaker system, but they got that running by noon when we really needed it. Every single city employee and every department contributed in some way, and they were great to work with ahead of time. Chief Combs, Chief Tremaine, Bobby, Olin, everyone was great working with for the planning. The only issue we had with the show is it's sad, but some people don't want to pay $15 to register their car. So obviously we want to keep the show downtown Lawrenceburg. I want to ask for your guys' support for continued years, but if we do keep it downtown, I want to try something new next year. Everyone, before they enter the show, will have to register at the high school, and we'll put a sticker on their windshield for them to be able to park on the streets of Lawrenceburg. Because I don't know, I'm not sure how many this year didn't pay, but I know the previous year we had about 130 cars that didn't pay the $15. So I mean, it's sad, and it's missing out on money going to ALS, but I mean, it's just something that we need to resolve. Lastly, something that I would like for you guys to consider, and it would be great for other events downtown, is a sound system. If I understand right, Olin, they're not compatible, or all of them's not compatible for a speaker or a microphone to be plugged in.
Well, so when the speaker system went in, it was for music and things out on the street.
Right.
We have the possibility exists that you could have a mic jack on every single speaker.
Okay.
So you could effectively use it as a PA from any place on the system.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking with Moosh and my staff about getting fiber wired to every single speaker. and then getting a microphone that works off cellular service and use the antennas for that. And so anywhere that you walked, you'd be connected. So we're looking at ways to address the issue and maximize the system we have installed.
I definitely encourage doing something there because, like I said, that was the only issue. And once we did get it up and running, I believe farther into Walnut Street, which I know there's not speakers all the way down, but I guess the middle end, some people still couldn't hear. But other than that, it went great. And police department, fire department, everyone did great yesterday. And the city, Civil City, they had everything set up Saturday morning, so it all went smooth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item, guys, we're going to table till the next meeting because that's sort of Mr. Clark's. He's not here. The next item, Mr. Gailey. School funding, you're limited on time.
I'll keep it short. Just want to say thank you. As each year, I have also Mr. Jackson from Summit Dearborn, superintendent, with us. We have Mr. Lowe's from South Dearborn and Mr. Odar from St. Lawrence. And we just wanted to come and publicly thank council and the city and the mayor for constantly supporting the schools and the county. So we wanted to thank you for your contributions to be able to continue to help the schools, be able to answer any questions that you may have.
Thanks for the acknowledgement.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure they would want to also publicly thank you too.
Go ahead.
It'll be brief. I'm Andrew Jackson, Superintendent of Summit Dearborn. I want to thank you also for the support. We use our funding to help support our elementary counseling program and to provide social and emotional support for those students between grades K and 5. So we couldn't do it without your support, and we thank you for that. I'd like to thank you as well. My name is Eric Lowe's. I'm superintendent of South Dearborn Community School Corporation. Again, we use the funding to provide a number of counseling services for our students. We also utilize the funds to help with career and tech ed funding, and then also provide services and programs for our special needs students. So again, I thank you for the contributions that you made to South Dearborn School, and we're very fortunate to be in this situation. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
I think you're going to hear a similar statement, but just on behalf of St. Lawrence, we would like to thank you guys for the support. We're using it to help offset some of the technology and educational costs for our parents as they come through on the school year, and we would very much appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Any other new business that?
Mayor,
Yeah.
can I just add, we'll be contacting you. We'll serve as the request. We'll get the subsidy agreement together and we'll contact you.
Okay.
I got a question and a concern.
Yes.
And Mario, might have to talk to Mr. Abden, but do we know what's going on down at the gangplank to the Riverboat Restaurant?
It looks like they're putting gutters on the boat itself, and they're continuous gutters, and evidently lengthwise they have to go up over top of our walkway to get to the river watch.
Well, and the only reason I'm asking is because I just want somebody watching them to be safe, because I remember 2 years ago they were walking on that, and that's the only reason. If we could send Michael down there and make sure they're doing things.
We stopped them Friday until they've got safe, so yeah, they're under watch as we speak.
We mentioned it in staff meeting today, and Mike is well aware, and I told him, if he has to shut it down, he shuts it down. So.
Okay, thank you, good job.
Anything else, guys? All right, old business, Mr. Weldon, summer help salary ordinance amendment.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if it pleases Common Council, we've got a proposed ordinance to make an amendment to our salary ordinance, which is 16-2018. The only change for this would be ordinance 6-2019. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. So this would change the rate of pay for the part-time summer help and there are currently 2 categories, so it would make them both the same, and then also part-time lifeguards, and they would all be paid the same amount, which is $12 per hour.
Any questions? We're just trying to get everybody on the same pay scale for the summer help. We should have done it at the beginning of the year and we missed it, so.
Well, reason the lifeguards were always paid more than the regular summer help, because the lifeguards have to put out money to be trained. They pay out like $350, so that's why they always got paid a little more than the regular summer help.
Okay.
How did we do on getting college kids this year?
Well, I don't know what the numbers were on the split. Jenny was working on that because we actually, some of the college kids, we want them to start earlier because we got all the grass going on and stuff. And we got our orientation this Saturday. They have to go through their drug screening and such. So we'll have a better feel, but I think there's a total of 38 kids. I don't believe that includes the pool though. So, and then I would say it's probably a split of about 60-40, more on the high school than on the college.
Okay.
So, any other questions regarding this? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve on the first pass if it's unanimous.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry.
Thank you.
All right. Any other old business, guys? Okay, anything, comments from the audience? Yes, sir?
About 8 months ago, I brought in a photograph of that ornamental metal arch that stood over Center Street and Arch. Where are we on that?
Should go out to bids here probably within the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep. We had to get some right-of-ways to change the walkways.
All right, thank you all.
Hey, Kelly?
Yes.
Can you give them an update on the park?
Yeah, I can give you an update. The park, we are about 4 weeks away from completion. I was at they have a weekly meeting with myself and Messmore and Abden, and was last Wednesday, and everything's on target. You've seen them over there working even in the rain, whenever. The only thing, they would have had sod already put down, but they said he couldn't cut the sod in with how damp it was. So their plan is to cut sod hopefully on Wednesday this week or Thursday and start laying it Friday. Which now, the last 2 days, today and tomorrow, they're pouring pretty much the remainder of the concrete and the ornamental concrete that they have to pour, and then they'll be able to finish the paving piece. The stage is pretty much done with all the electrical work and such. The roof, the metal roof for the stage comes in Friday, and I believe will be installed Monday. So they're on the final stages. They said they'll hit our June 1st opening just fine. But if you want to go take a walk through, it's pretty impressive when you're standing on the stage and looking back. It really is starting to take shape, and so that what we know right now is everything's on target and on budget. So it's a good thing. Good point. Thanks. Okay. We got a claim. It's on the Adult Center Public Facilities Grant. I'd like to get a motion to approve that. So moved. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. They're in the punch list. Getting ready, doing the punch list now, aren't they, Aaron, over there?
Yeah. Last week they went through the building and did a punch list.
Good. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And before we adjourn, I failed to mention, I had a call or two, and I believe even from a couple of you up here. We know tomorrow is Election Day, and since we're only going to have the one polling place, there's going to be a lot of people down at that one polling place, unlike usually other years. So we're just asking people to refrain from putting their signs up until possibly after dark tonight. That way it's not a big blur of signs down there and people leaving the ballparks and stuff. I mean, but everybody will work together tomorrow to find a spot to sit and stand or whatever, but I just said I'd mention that. So just ask that everybody and everybody listening would adhere to that.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
My guys will be over there first thing in the morning, getting that wire and all that stuff up out of the way. I just want to remind everybody up here at the Utility Service Board was okay with us doing that, if there's any repercussions from it.
It's already up out of the way.
Did they get it already?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Tim, you talked to him, didn't you? Somebody talked to him. I think Tim did.
They went over and did it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Cracked the whip, Tim, did you?
They were scheduled. I'm glad they got there. We're gonna go over first thing in the morning.
What'd you do, make them some barbecue? Oh. Little bartering system, huh? Gotcha. Okay. Anything else? If not, good luck everybody that's running, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thanks everybody for coming.
Dar, how you doing today? How's the little one doing?
I was sore. It is, you know? It is a lot of walk.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm wondering how many I'm gonna have to run off for parking in front of the fire truck.
Hey, Gene? Hey, Gene. Get with me, and we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Yeah, I just read. No, and that's fine. We can do that. We can send our girls over there. Really? How long ago was that? A while ago?
Carl, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mr. Guy. Okay. Been a while. Okay. Oh, I know. No, and
You gotta be proud of this guy right here. I called to see what the weather was like. They said it's beautiful out there.
you'd be good. Feel good about that. We got 2 days, 3. We got.
Yeah, in fact, we called for the track. I thought, I hope the weather, because we had hitting this weather down there. I thought, well, these guys will get. They said it was beautiful here. Oh, good.
She was gonna ask for it.
Well, you know they're gonna do it, so, yeah.
Well, don't let me forget it.
Yeah, either one.
Say, hey, Juan, you told me you were going to do that, so we'll do it.
Really?
City workers had to bring hand sanitizer to put in. Some of them didn't have toilet paper in them.
Really? I noticed this morning, they were servicing them like at 5 o'clock this morning. I'll be that gone.
Yeah, they're coming over.
I'll check with Brad, and yeah, maybe we'll hold back some money on
Brad's pretty much supporting that kid.
I complained to him. Well, his mother-in-law had to come, she put hand sanitizer.
I'll be daggone. Well, and I'll have Linda check on that, see if we did. If that's the case, you're right, we'll get a credit for something else for another event.
We'll squeeze on him a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Way to go, you be proud of this kid.
They don't take us for granted. Let them shake us for something on work. We just throw that on them, they'll be all right. Nobody will take it.